Good after morning. How are we all doing? Welcome into twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. My name is Graham D. This man that's currently unplugging and replugging things, so I don't know whether he can actually hear me or not, but I'm going to keep talking like he can. He can wave it. He can see me. He can hear me.
Yes,
nice.
I can.
Nice. This man is the man that we call Bibby. I'll rate Bib.
Good after morning, Graham. It's now 8 minutes past 1. So, yeah, a little over 3 hours after our not established 10 a.m. start time.
Do you know what? You actually sound... the audio sounds pretty crisp. Sounds pretty crisp this morning.
I'm hovering right over the Yeti mic.
Nice. If you are with us, do feel free to let us know if you're in the chat over the next hour or so. If you don't know who we are, if you don't know what this is, if you don't know what we're doing here, well, let me give you the information. As mentioned, my name is Graham. That's his Bibby's home. That's actually not the Bibby's home. That's the studio. I'll change that shortly. Do you know what? I'll change it now. Bob. There we go. Graham's home, ICU studio. Let's go. So yeah, I'm Graham. This is Bibby. We are Ice Cream Uploads in a true ice creamy fashion. This is The Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast. If we do say so ourselves, we go live on Twitch each and every single weekday at 10 a.m. Ish. It's 9 minutes past 1 now, so it's not quite 10 a.m. It's a little bit later. But we do work in the video games industry. We work for a company called Jelly Media. That's where the ice cream comes from. Jelly and ice cream. So we do video games industry work, and when we're not doing that stuff, we are on Twitch, which is where Ice Cream Uploads comes from. Hey, anyway, we bring you the biggest, the best, and the baking. We bring you baking. All of the baking. I was going to say breaking stories, but baking too. Yes, let's all get the kinks. We bring you the biggest, the best, and the breaking stories in the world of video games, and we will give you our thoughts and impressions. I mean, we want to hear your thoughts and impressions, but then we also want to hear your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions. So do please feel free to get involved over the show, in the show over the next hour or so, as we are live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads, but we also turn the live stream into a podcast, a video on YouTube, and an audio podcast on iTunes, and Spotify, and SoundCloud, and Google Play. There is lots of places where people do watch and listen to us on demand. Over 105,000 people have listened to our on-demand podcast, so do feel free to get involved on behalf of everyone that does watch and listen on demand. Let me just throw out a few things first. ! Loot drop. If you are new here, then do feel free to type ! Loot drop in the chat. That will give you details on the loot drop. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory in that sort of sense. Anyway, the loot drop is basically how subscribers get prizes. We give one subscriber, and that could be a prime, a gifted sub, a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, doesn't matter. As long as you're a sub, on the first Monday of the month, you will be in the hat to win a prize. This month's prize was actually a hat, so you're in the hat to win a hat, which the 40-year-old Merc King did. Next month, who knows? All you need to all you need to do is be a sub on the 7th of January, I believe. No, 7th of March. Fuck me, I said January and February as well. 7th of March. All you need to do is be a sub on that day. Nice! And you can be involved. Let's go. As well as that ! Insert coin. We are not due to be on the Insert Coin channel for another few weeks, but we will be back there pretty soon. So whilst Bibby was away in January, I did a solo flight over on official Insert Coin. We are part of the Insert Coin army. We get free merch from Insert Coin, but we also get you guys discount as well. So if you type ! Insert Coin, you will find out how you can save yourself 20% on the best gaming merch in the world. Speaking of best gaming merch in the world, Bib.
Yes.
A little birdie tells me that we got some stickers in the office today, right?
Yes, we did, Graham. I haven't got any down here with me. But yeah, they are a V2 of one that you might actually be able to see on the front of my laptop.
I'll jump onto yours. Let's have a look. There it is. Look at that. Beautiful Ice Cream Upload sticker. Okay, well, that is the full-sized ICU sticker. We've got our mini holographic stickers. So we are selling hats. Not this one on my head. This is an IllVision hat that was provided to me by Manny and Toby from IllVision. Beautiful people. But if I jump back into the split screen, you can see this. This is the ICU blackout baseball cap. We will now be starting the process of getting you guys these hats. A lot of people have been interested in them. We've got the stickers, we've got the boxes, we've got the hats. We'll get the process sorted. So if you are interested in buying a hat, just make sure you are in our ! Discord. If you're not in the Discord, you won't be able to buy them because we're not opening up a store. We're not selling these like full public release kind of stuff like that. This is a little community drive that we've done for the people that wanted them. So you have to be part of the community to get one. So if you want one, join the Discord and we'll be posting updates there. tomorrow, Friday-ish. Nice.
Nice.
Yes, Bib, should we talk about some video game news?
I would absolutely love to talk about video game news, Graham.
Nice. Okay, well, let's do exactly that. Today, we will kick things off with a story about Sony being bad people. Ish. It's not so much that, but a lawyer has lambasted Sony for their deceptive marketing of Horizon's free PS5 upgrade. So this is a hug law attorney that says the situation could present a possibility of a class action claim. That is basically, PlayStation said that if you bought Horizon Forbidden West on the PS4, you would get a free upgrade to the PS5, but that's not exactly how it works, not all the time. And if you buy it in the PS5, you can get access to the PS4 version, but it costs a little bit more. It's all kind of convoluted, it's all confusing, but we will hopefully unpack that and make that a little bit less confusing and see why this lawyer thinks there is the potential of a class action lawsuit. After that, despite that, the PS5 is still high in demand, and the UK has the highest demand for the PS5 in the whole world, and we will tell you exactly which part of the UK is the highest. Then we'll jump into the fact that Cyberpunk is now available. Well, ish. If West, not West, it was Lake actually. If Lake is to be believed, he's from Finland and he says the game is out, it's just not in Finland, so he can't play it. So Cyberpunk is now available for the PS5 as well as the Xbox Series X and S. Then we'll jump into a story submitted by the Vernimator. PvP is a new social media just for gamers. Nintendo will be ending support of its Wii U and 3DS eShops between now and March 2023, so more stores disappear. And then finally, Netflix wants to get in on games once again as they are turning BioShock into a live action film. If you want to look all of those stories, then do feel free to stick around for a little bit. We'll go through that over the next hour or so. Let me jump through the chat and see who's here. JMK, welcome in, dude. Yes, sorry, Lotus beat you in this morning. Sorry, mate. Coming in from Hot for the first time, good morning, all from gloomy Blackpool, says KidneyMan68. Well, we are actually based in Blackpool. Well, ish. We're actually based in Poulton Le Fylde. So that's where the ICU studio, aka the Jelly studio, that's where Bibby is. He is in Poulton Le Fylde. That's where we reside. Ish. I mean, we actually live across the northwest. That's why the studios, the beginning video of the stream says studio the ICU team are a collection of streamers across the northwest of England or something like that, because we actually live Manchester. But you get
Manchester.
Tito Alreet, Tizbad says hi, you two. Good to see you. Hey, Tizbad, how you doing? Over 105,000 people. Damn, that's a lot of people. JMK, it's actually a lot more than that now. That was the number that we crunched probably a full quarter ago. It was maybe 3 to 4 months-ish ago. So that's probably gone up quite a bit since then. But we haven't pulled the numbers together. 105 is quite a lot to begin with. So we'll just say that until we recrunch them. So, yeah. Hey, grown some twosome? Grown some means. But yes, nice. Is that grand and handsome? I'll take it. Nice. Conrad GG, afternoon, lads. Hey, welcome in. Sorry, I haven't got back to you, by the way. I did say I will reach out to you. I haven't got back to you because I'm still waiting on a few things. So I do still want to speak to you guys. I've just waiting. Plates are spinning, so I will get back to you. I haven't forgotten, and I'm not just saying one of those like, yeah, we'll talk, and then never talk to you. I do actually will talk to you, but I can't talk to you until I know what I could talk to you about. So we will speak. We'll speak. Tazbad says, Bib, send baby Bib. How much postage to Australia, please?
Wait, what? You want me to send my son over?
Yeah. Please, I want the hat. So what? Send the baby wearing a hat? It's probably going to be more expensive than just sending the hat, if we're being honest.
As long as I put air holes in the box, I'm sure he'll be fine.
Tito says smart delivery, just saying. And then he also says, ! Game Pass. Did you know that if you have an Xbox, you can get Game Pass where for a low monthly fee of £10.99 you can get access to hundreds of games, including day one releases, and even EA, Ubisoft, and Activision Blizzard games. Plus, you can even get the first 3 months for £1. Oof. I didn't know that, Tito. Thank you very much for sharing that. Thank you very much. Kidney Man says, I bought the PS5 digital version and can't wait. So you've got it ready for Friday? Nice. I've got Horizon Zero Dawn, and I do want to go back and play. I said go back. I've started it twice. Once on stream, and then once in private to play through it. And haven't finished it either time. So I do want to play Zero Dawn, and then want to jump into Forbidden West. I fully believe Zero Dawn will be a game that I enjoy. for me, the first 2 hours they weren't like playing a Grand Theft Auto where you get like the first hour is, hey CJ, this is how you pedal a bike, keep tapping X and and this is how you use your gun wheels, so hand holding missions. It wasn't like that, but it felt a little bit like that, and I need to go back in, relearn all that stuff and get past that point to where you actually just get into the game. When I do that, I think I'll enjoy it, but yeah, I haven't played Zero Dawn, so I'm not playing Forbidden West yet. JMK says United finally won a game last night. Whoop whoop! They did. It's because I didn't watch the majority of the first half because I was watching Uncharted at the cinema. When I watch a game, United, doesn't work. Although that said, I did actually watch the second half where we arguably played better, but then again we were a man up, so we kind of should expect that. But it is what it is. And Ronaldo's got to yes.
Film.
Film really good. I would recommend Uncharted to anyone that likes good action flicks. I've seen people saying
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen people saying though that Uncharted is good if you disconnect it from Uncharted. And I don't feel like I need to do that. Like, Uncharted has a lot of action. It has a lot of over-the-top stupid moments that's, like, super cinematic. It has some really good humor with Nathan Drake's character. And the film copies a lot of that. Yeah, it's not exactly the same. And people are like, yeah, but why does it have the aeroplane scene from one of the later one of the later games when he's actually a youngster before even the earliest part of the game? It's like, all right, but Spider-Man did a lot of stuff on the animated TV series that didn't actually impact on the Marvel Cinematic Universe because it's a different arc. It's a different universe as such. So it's the same characters-ish, just different storylines. So I didn't need to disconnect it. I enjoyed it. There was some nice Easter eggs and stuff that I spotted as I went through. So it was a good game, a good film as an action, easy watch fan, and it was a good film as an Uncharted fan for me. I enjoyed it both. I didn't feel like I needed to disconnect the two. So I would recommend, very, very much so. I will watch it again. Not in the cinema, obviously, but I will watch it again, definitely. Just finishing Zero Dawn tonight for the second time. Much better second time round. Nice. First half United were useless. I didn't watch either. Was glued to social media for Exeter City game. Up the city. Nice. I did see that. I also saw Jay Sparks had scored. And I was like, was that Jordan Sparks from like the old school, how am I supposed to breathe with no air? But it wasn't. It was Jim Sparks or John Sparks or whatever. I saw you posting in the Discord, which ruined it before I even chanced to I've made the joke. But whatever, it's fine. Lotus, Salty Dog, how are we doing? Alright, moist. Let's go. Speaking of Lotus, before we jump into the news, let me remind you that we will be back on Twitch tonight. So if you are new here, I know that we've had a lot of people drop follows on the channel today. We appreciate that. Thank you very much, everyone that has been following us from Hover, including Kidney Man, who is here from Hover. We appreciate that, dude. Thank you very much. If you are here for gameplay, this isn't a gameplay stream. We do a video game podcast where we go through the biggest news 5 times a week. But we also do gameplay around that. On a Wednesday evening, myself and Lotus UK go chasing crates with mates. We will be playing PUBG tonight. Then there'll be more PUBG on a Saturday morning. And if you like Skyrim or other things of a dragony, longbow, sword and shield ilk, then join Bibby on a Sunday, because then we got that for you. Nice.
Yes, sir.
I'll ask him to change his name, Graham. Yeah, if you can do it, Tito, that'd just be nice. Cheers. Nice one, mate. Chasing crates with mates, let's go. Well, news, maybe having fun. Yes, fuck Skyrim. Dodging nades with comrades. Did you see that? I actually had nades with comrades in the social media post. It was either last week or the week before. Nice. I recognised. But for now, let's jump into the actual news that we're here to discuss. So we have already given you spoilers on social media, not spoilers, teasers on social media, and give you a cue up of what it will be. But the first story of the day, written by Tom Ivan at the lovely VGC Video Games Chronicle website, says a lawyer lambasts Sony for deceptive marketing of Horizon's free PS5 upgrade. Hogue Law attorney says the situation, quote, could present a possibility of a class action claim. Into the main body of the article, and it says a lawyer has criticised Sony Interactive Entertainment, SIE, for what it believes to be deceptive and potentially unlawful marketing practices related to Horizon Forbidden West. The practices being called into question by Hogue Law. Is it Hogg? I'm going to go with Hogg. I don't know. Hogue Law attorney Richard Hogg focus on Sony's commitment to offer players who purchase the PS4 version of the game a free upgrade to the PS5 one. Sony's messaging around this offer has been heavily criticised for a long time, but recent decisions by the company have resulted in the game's marketing being scrutinised more heavily in recent weeks leading up to this Friday's release. To recap, Sony announced Horizon Forbidden West for PS5 in June 2020, before confirming a PS4 version 3 months later. Speaking to the Washington Post at the time of the PS4 version's reveal, SIE CEO Jim Ryan said, "No one should be disappointed about cross-gen game announcements. Quote, the PS5 version of those games are built from the ground up to take advantage of the PS5 feature set, and we have an upgrade path for PS4 users to get the PS5 versions for free," he said. "It's about people having choice, and I'm really quite pleased about the situation." However, a year later, when detailing Horizon Forbidden West's various editions, Sony said that, quote, dual entitlement does not apply to standard and special editions of the game, meaning players would only get a free upgrade if they purchased more expensive versions. Given Ryan's earlier statements, the news was poorly received by players, and a couple of days later, Sony U-turned on plans not to offer free PS5 upgrades to users who purchased the PS4 standard editions of Horizon Forbidden West. Drip Jetson, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. Jumping back into the article, but it would be the last PS4 game to offer a free PS5 upgrade path, Ryan added, with all future cross-gen first-party titles, including God of War Ragnarok, Gran Turismo 7, set to carry a $10 upgrade fee. However, the way in which Sony has recently marketed Horizon Forbidden West has led Hogg to accuse the company of demonstrating, quote, duplicity and greed, end quote. If you search for Horizon Forbidden West online via the US PlayStation Store, the main pre-order marketing for the game at the top of the page promotes a $69.99 product compatible with both PS4 and PS5. That's both in dollars and pounds because it's obviously the exact same currency conversion rate. There we go, nice. Scroll down the page and you will find what is essentially the same product being offered for $59.99. Quote, for folks not following what's happening here, Sony is offering a PS4 version with a free PS5 upgrade for $60 and a PS5 version with a PS4 copy included for $70, Hogg tweeted on Monday. Same package, 2 price points, with one displayed more prominently than the other. It gets worse, he wrote in a follow-up. Quote, the PS4 version does not appear to be offered through the store on a PS5 at all, regardless of whether or not you ask only for PS4 games, end quote. VGC reported earlier this month that PS5 owners could only purchase the cheaper version of Horizon Forbidden West via a PC or a mobile app. An official Sony FAQ even still carries the outdated messaging that players who buy the standard and special editions of the game for the PS4 aren't entitled to a free upgrade. Quote, hell, they didn't even update their FAQ, which is now a complete lie, Hogg said. Tell me how casual purchasers are supposed to navigate this. It's like they want to be sued, end quote. In the latest episode of his video show, Virtual Legality, and in comments provided to VGC, Hogg discussed whether Sony's marketing practices could land the company in trouble with the FTC, that's the Federal Trade Commission, which protects consumers by targeting unfair, deceptive, or fraudulent practices in the marketplace. Quote, things like deceptive or unfair practices are always a bit in the eye of the beholder. So while I can say that I personally feel that this kind of thing crosses the line and appears deceptive on its face, I cannot guarantee that a regulator like the FTC or a judge would feel the same way, Hogg told VGC. That said, as I mentioned in my video, you can definitely look at what has been presented, and I believe that material information, such as the ability to get a copy of Horizon for $60, is being deliberately withheld and or obfuscated by Sony and the PS5 store presentation. And that, if consumers knew that they could play Horizon on the PS5 for $60, many would make that election instead of paying $70. Unfortunately for players who may have already purchased a $70 version of Horizon Forbidden West under the assumption that they were going to get the best deal, Hogg said, the FTC isn't likely to move on this in any cognizable fashion because it has limited resources and bigger fish to fry. Okay, let's stop there. We don't need to go through the rest of the story. We can share you the link to the full article if you want to go through it yourself. The gist of it, though, is that PlayStation are being deceptive, air quotes. Do you feel that is the case, Bib?
I'm in a bit of a situation here because if I say no, it makes me sound like a Sony fanboy. But if I say yes, then you need to kind of give a reason as to why. But I genuinely, hand on heart, I just genuinely don't think that they understand it themselves. It feels like a complete mismatch, like the saying one thing and then go and doing the other. Like, do you genuinely think that they are trying to deceive people? It wouldn't surprise me if they just wanted people to be able to go and spend the $70 and get the top tier version to be able to play PS4 and PS5 versions right there and then. I genuinely don't think they understand it themselves, which is a bit of a disappointment because you can't go out to market with a statement and then retract it before it's even come out. If that makes any sense, like mentioned that you should be get that this will be the last game that gets the PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 free upgrade, and you're going to be charged £60. People bought into that, and then a £70 one comes out that does the exact same thing. They just reworded it slightly different. That feels like a bit of a deception. But yeah, I mean, Tito's mentioned it in the chat saying, I think it said before, but if it wasn't for Xbox and Smart Delivery, would there still be an issue? I think so. I think so because the two different companies that can charge two different price points for games that are exclusive to them. Like they don't have to worry about this going on to any other console, maybe PC, a couple of years down the line. But I'm not too sure. I don't know whether or not this is genuine for them, but I feel like someone's making the wrong decision somewhere and it's going to land them in a lot of hot water. Like, if they're changing the way that they're promoting this game and not changing their FAQs and stuff like that, and their marketing messages are all being conscrewed, it needs to be a universal statement of this is what it is, this is what you're going to be paying, this is what you're going to be getting. And it feels like they've just been updating some areas and hoping that people may not be able to find them, which makes it sound like I am saying that they are deceiving people. But I think they're just being a bit daft, if I'm being honest.
See, I don't like this. I feel like PlayStation have come from a place where their hand has been forced because of Xbox's too good to be true system and tried to fix it, but have said one thing which kind of counteracts the thing that they actually want to do, which they only came up with later on. So they said something early that was too good to be true, and then have kind of backpedaled and then have tried to fix that. And as a result, it's just messy. So do I think they're being purposefully deceptive? No. But do I feel like they're trying what they can to get all the money out of you? Yeah, because that's what happens in all sorts of shops and things like that. You will go into a shop and it will be like, there's all sorts of things within retail that how many people have ever gone into a shop and it's like, buy two and get the cheapest one free. So you pick up like 3 chocolate bars. You get yourself 2 Snickers and a Mars bar. But the Snickers is more expensive than a Mars bar, so you get the Mars bar for free. You pay full price for your Snickers and you get your Mars bar for free. If you do that twice, so you buy 4 Snickers and 2 Mars bars, they will give you the 2 Mars bars for free. Whereas in reality, you can buy 3 Snickers in one and get that one for. So basically, they swizz you a little bit. It's not against the rules. It's a little bit deceptive in that sort of sense that when they're adding it up, they stick within the letter of the law, but in a way that benefits them, kind of thing. And PlayStation putting that price at the top of the page and allowing PlayStation buyers with PS5s to buy the PS5 version of the game that comes with a PS4 version, it's essentially the same product, but it's also not at the same time. So I think that's where they're probably, from the letter of the law, not wow, I'm confused. Why am I getting Snickers? You're not getting a Snickers. I said I'm getting a Snickers.
Never complain with a free Snickers.
If you want to buy yourself a Snickers, then fill your boots. You're getting the Mars bar, mate. I'm not having the Mars bar. Get out. But is it deceptive in the letter of the law? Not really, because there will be differences. The fact that you are buying a PS5 version of the game and you get a PS4 version for free, and then you buy a PS4 version of the game and get a PS5 upgrade for free, they will be legitimately different things as a product SKU or something. I imagine they will have 2 SKUs of Horizon for the PS5. There'll be Horizon PS5 1 and PS5 2. Obviously, it'll be a much longer product code than that, but PS5 1 will be the main game, and PS5 2 will probably be the upgrade. So that's how they will get past it, the fact that it will have a different product code, essentially, something like that. But is it? Are they being malicious? No. Is it shit? let's put it into blunt words. Is it shit? Yes. Would PlayStation, when they were wheeling out that this is how you share games on PlayStation, and then they pass the game to someone else with their cheeky, look at us, we're for the players. This is it. This is where you play. There is no limits to PlayStation gaming. It's all about having fun and being the best that you can be, and none of this just TV stuff. It's all about games. Let's go. But now they're not. Stuff like this is happening. Oh, by the way, yeah, Xbox does give you free upgrades. We don't. And then because of the pressure of that, actually, we will give you a free upgrade on Horizon. Actually, no, we won't. Oh, wait, you're angry about it? Okay, well, we will, but kind of not. And then we'll do retail-y stuff. So it's not bad from a retail perspective, but is it putting the customers first? At every opportunity, no. And that is what PlayStation did to win hearts and minds. PlayStation has hearts and minds, and that is a complacent decision. If you can do the same thing, the same offer, okay, 60 quid to play it on your PS4 and then on your PS5, but 70 quid to play it on your PS5, and if you wanted to go back and play it on the PS4, well, that's the same thing. Why is it costing me 10 quid more? Because I'm choosing to do it on a console that has cost me more money and meant that I funded you more recently than someone that bought a PS4 7 years ago. Why am I being punished this extra 10 quid? Well, you're not being punished. It's just us not really caring. And that's what it is. It's the lack of care. Whether they're intentionally lack of caring, whether it's business decisions and they still care. And I mean, that's all irrelevant. It looks like you don't care. And if it looks like you don't care, sounds like you don't care, and smells like you don't care, well, then you don't care. You might really care, but that's not what I'm seeing. And that's what it comes down to. Xbox, by the way, Game Pass, you can get all the games you want, and Smart Delivery, if you buy it on your PS4, you can just play it on your PS5, jobs are good, and obviously not PS5 because it's an Xbox, but that's their messaging. Full. Get all the games and play them across platforms. PlayStation, get the games, pay more on some platforms, but not on others, and then you can get them, but you might not be able to get them, but you can get them for now, but you're not gonna until you kick off, but then your next one will cost you 10 quid. If PlayStation just came out from the very beginning and says, look, we love the idea of Smart Delivery, but that's not something that we can do. For us to create cross-generational games, that's not something that we want to have around for a long period of time. We believed in generations, said PlayStation. We want to put the PS4 to bed and bring out the PS5. So for us to do cross-generational gameplay, we will need to build for the PS5 and charge you to play on the PS4, or vice versa. And that will be a flat £10 upgrade cost. I'm on board with that. I am fine with that. Xbox players are probably going, yeah, well, I'll get Smart Delivery. That's great. But I'm not against that. I was happy with that with Assassin's
ecosystem.
What's that?
It's a perk of their ecosystem that they've got. That smart delivery stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So 10 quid upgrade. Assassin's Creed 4 got that on the PS4, and it was celebrated because it wasn't... Before that, you would spend 40 quid, 45 quid on your PS3 game, and then again, 55 quid on the PS4. A lot of people did that with FIFA. They bought FIFA for the PS3, and they bought FIFA again for the PS4 at an extremely higher price. So just dropping it down to 10 quid because it's a game that needs to be developed again for an extra platform, I don't mind. But that messaging being clear from the off, PlayStation clearly hadn't thought about this because their messaging was, we believe in generations. We are going to make games for the PS5 and the PS5 only. And for whatever reason that was, be it install base, be it COVID-19 and the pandemic, be it the lack of PS5s available because of the chip shortages, whatever it is, PlayStation have realised, okay, it's probably a little bit too elitist to be believing in console generations just yet, so we are going to do it across generation, but we hadn't really thought of a plan for this. So we're going to make it up as we go along, badly, and in a way that isn't particularly outwardly bad, but looks outwardly bad, and that's where it is. It's perception. PlayStation, throughout all of this, have damaged their perception. People do see them as the bad guy. It's good guy Xbox right now. Phil Spencer is your boy, and it's not the same thing with Jim Ryan. Jim Ryan himself hasn't done anything particularly bad, but PlayStation as a brand haven't really given him a lot to work with. Whereas Phil Spencer, he can just roll down his window and just flick bills out the window like.
I genuinely across the board like their marketing messages going forward is going to be the £10 for your free upgrade, but you pay £10. It's not really free then, is it? I think that was their marketing message that's going to be happening for their future games, which isn't a bad marketing message at all. What I think personally would have been better for them is just to knock all the price down of your PlayStation 4 games, maybe to £40. So it's £40 across the board, and I can guarantee you now, if you got ended up getting a PlayStation 5 at some point, if you was to pay the extra £20 and then the game would be a total of $60 for both versions of the game, I don't think people would have been asked. Like, you could have bought the physical version of it for PlayStation 4. You go to put that into your PlayStation 5 and it'll say, oh, we've noticed that it's a PlayStation 4 disc. Would you like to download a PlayStation 5 version of this game? Fair enough. You'd have to download the game, maybe in its entirety. For an extra £20, I'm fairly certain most people would have done that. If you just bought a PlayStation 5, you're going to want to play the next best thing. You're going to want to play the best version of the game that you enjoy the most on that console. And an extra £20, I think that you wouldn't grumble at that. You've just bought a PlayStation 5. Why would you not pay the extra £20? You might as well just stuck with your PS4. But I feel like having a across the board price now for a PlayStation 4 game would be the bet that would sort out all of their problems. It's £40 for a PlayStation 4 version. Every PS4 game, PS5 game will be £60. If you got the PlayStation 4 version, you want to upgrade it. There's a PlayStation 5 version. There's £20. Bosh, jobs are good. And there's no grey line there. Then there's not this upgrade path for if you end up buying the super premium version of this game, you'll get the PlayStation 5 version for free, because that's when the marketing message starts to get a little bit dodgy, like we've just seen with this one. I feel like they just need to be a bit more honest and maybe make everything a bit more streamlined. There's no grey area then. The chances are you're not going to be up in the dock. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the thing is like, actually, I'll pause my comment for just a second. I've seen lots of food chat about meal deals and stuff in the chat. I'll skip past that, but there you go. Pack of 4-pot noodles, £2. 4 single pot noodles, £1.80. Well, exactly. I'll leave that stuff alone. But Timeless says next gen games have been more expensive than current gen, when the next gen is still new for a few generations now. RRP, that's certainly been true. I guess the issue is most sales are now digital, not discounted like physical retail copies were. And then Timeless says, genuine question: is it because Xbox can afford to do it and Sony can't? But that's not really a question that can be answered. We have to assume that Xbox can afford to do it and Sony can't, because of the words that have been said. Jim Ryan has actively said that PlayStation can't sustain games like Horizon, God of War, Spider-Man, Uncharted, The Last of Us, those sort of big story-driven, non-in-game purchase-filled games that PlayStation is synonymous with. PlayStation can't afford to do those and give free upgrades or give them away as part of Game Pass, that sort of thing. Xbox, Phil Spencer has just said, basically, yep, we've looked at the figures and they're good. If you want a source for that, then trust me. And
trust me, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And that's all the evidence that we have. I am still very, very skeptical, because Xbox Game Pass is phenomenal value. But I don't have it, obviously. Bibi does. It's too good to be true. And anyone that has a child and says, if you see something on the internet that looks too good to be true, it probably is. I say child. Anyone talking to your Aunt Sylvia or whatever, who doesn't use the internet. Aunt Sylvia, if it sounds like it's too good to be true on the internet, it probably is a scammer that's looking to take your credit card information. So same thing with that. Xbox Game Pass is too good to be true. The numbers don't balance. And I'm not saying this because I think this. I'm saying this because we've gone through countless stories of industry analysts saying it doesn't balance. Xbox needs, it was something like 500 million users to balance the books, according to their rough calculations. And Xbox is nowhere near 500 million active monthly subscribers on Game Pass to balance the books. Yeah. So yeah, can Xbox afford to do this? Well, if those industry analysts are to be believed, no, Xbox can't. Tito says, I thought Sony were a bigger company. Sony aren't a big company. PlayStation is bigger than Xbox, but Microsoft absolutely dwarfs Sony. So it depends on where you draw the line, because the two are separable and are also inseparable. PlayStation is a much more profitable brand at this point in time, even with the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. PlayStation is a bigger gaming brand than Xbox, but Microsoft that's one of the 5 mega corporations kind of thing that PlayStation. It's like, don't get your big brother, because I mean, if it's me and you fight, I'm going to mop the floor with you. But if you get your big brother, then shit, no. So yeah. Although with the revenue generated each month of Game Pass, I don't know their respective incomes. I mean, Game Pass, I still believe PlayStation has more users, like by quite a long way as well. So monthly users of Game Pass will still only be a fraction of monthly users of PS Plus kind of thing. Obviously, Game Pass costs more per month, but you get more back from it. PS Plus costs less, but you get less functions and so on. But PlayStation has more users, more platform units sold, so PS4s and PS5s, and has more active subscribers, but Xbox is growing rapidly. The growth did slow down this year on year, but is still growing rapidly, still very, very steadily. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see where it goes. The recent
surely everyone in the world now has taken up the £1 for 3 months deal on Xbox. Surely there is no one left on this earth that hasn't taken that deal up.
I have for Christmas when I wanted my Kylo Ren skin, and then let it expire. But I think I've got another one because they keep telling me, unless that's just them trying to market me, and they go, shit, yeah, sorry mate, unfortunately.
Yeah. Surely anyone who's had an Xbox or a PC has used this deal, so they've got you in for some capacity,
potentially.
But like they want you to keep you there, which is exactly what they've done with me. They just keep on spaffing new games on there, and I'm like, do you know what? I haven't played this before, or I haven't played this in a long time. I'm going to go and continue with my £10 subscription.
I mean, I will get Game Pass, and I will subscribe to Game Pass. And once I'm a subscriber of Game Pass, I will remain a subscriber of Game Pass until I actively am not playing any Game Pass games. If it's a case of, there's not that I'm planning to play it this month, then I'll still be a subscriber, because that's the same thing with everything. Until I think, that's it, I'm done with it. Until I make a decision, I will be in it and just resubscribe, like you do with Netflix and everything else, Disney Plus and things like that. However, there is nothing that has enough of a hold on me yet. Halo was a good return to form, but not for me. Mm-hmm. Horizon, Forza Horizon, should I say? Obviously, need to clear that because we're talking about Horizon Forbidden West. So Forza Horizon was a racing game that got my attention when I'm not interested in racing games. Still not enough for me to invest in Game Pass. And the main thing for that is I don't have an Xbox Series console. I have a One S. I want either a Series S or a Series X, and will potentially get one at Christmas. That would potentially be my Christmas present this year, or my birthday present. Same month, but December 3rd, by the way, is my birthday, just in case you wondered. December 3rd. Just
oh my God, the countdown surely has not started 10 months before.
The countdown started on December the 4th, mate. What are you about? So, yes, I will get an Xbox, and I will get Game Pass at that point in time. I'm not sitting there because we're in the final days of people being able to say Xbox doesn't have games. And it does. It has plenty of games. It just doesn't have the games that I want. And that's not a problem for a lot of people. But for people that are specifically tailored to my interests kind of thing, it is a little bit of a problem in terms of I'm not against it, but I'm also not going out of my way to get one. As soon as I get an Xbox, then I'll be like, yeah, okay, well, I'll be foolish to get an Xbox and not get Game Pass. Why would I pay for games when I can just get Game Pass and have them all forever? So yeah, I will do that. But yeah, as of right now, Xbox doesn't have that from me. Anyway, big old tangent. Let's jump back into the comments while I catch up. Speaking of upgrades, Graham, have you removed the shrink wrapping from the game in the drawer? I'll come back to that one shortly. To be honest, I guess when it comes down to when PlayStation said Horizon was going to be the last game to get a free upgrade, when PlayStation said Horizon was going to be the last game to get a free upgrade, it was before the game went up for pre-order, then it's on the player. If they said it after, then it's on them. Well, they said the game, before it came up for pre-order, was going to be free, and then they announced that it wasn't going to be free on every format, and then they, as a result of that, when they put the prices up for pre-ordering and stuff, that's when they said it, but people were pissed off then, so they then reverted at that point in time. So it was all shit, fuck, oh crap, we need to change it now before things get bad, but at the point of where it retail. So yeah. I'm selling NFTs if anyone wants in. Not a scale.
Do they have a Dovahkiin helmet? And is it a lion?
Oh, bless him, chappers. My mate let his son for £1 expire and got sent another offer. a few months after it expired. I thought it was a once-only deal for new users. I thought it was as well, but then, yeah, I got it was. Well. Caramel Rocky Bar, dipping it in my coffee like a biscuit, yum. Big win, big win. By the way, Penguin, do the Tim Tam Slam. Bite off one corner, bite off another corner, suck your coffee through it, spin it around, stick it in your gob. Winner, chicken dinner. It's game-changing. Called the Tim Tam Slam because Australian versions of Penguin are called Tim Tams, and that's where it was invented. So there you go. Do what I do. Find a friend you trust and log in as them and set your console has his home console and vice versa. Share everything Game Pass Live and any games. Half price games and Game Pass. Winner, chicken dinner. But we don't have friends, Tito. And I'm not going to believe that you do. So lies.
You just outed yourself as a fraudster. Maybe.
That's the first time I've heard Graham mention his birthday in 2022. 47 days into the year. I'm impressed. It's been mentioned before, Timeless. I think it's just been one of those ships in the nights things. You just weren't around when the mention was mentioned, but it's fine. Shout out to CB Gaming. Thank you very much for the follow. Also, Neo Azalea Flame. I did see you in the chat a little bit earlier. Thank you very much for dropping the follow 20 minutes ago. Let me jump back through the follows. Drip Jetson, Six Paths Shortly, Ashton Holic, Jesse Star, Rampage Rhino, Flip Nasty, Jekko Jack, Atomic Junkyard, Rihanna? Not the Rihanna. Tattoo Barbie, Suck D's Lemons. Kinda Drop, Symes, Gamble, Papa Palpatine, Kidney Man, Michael Pagano, Sam Malam, Cryptic Wilson, Charper 180, The Gaming Souls, Gaming Nerd, Ikea the Druid, Dementor, and Vexified have all dropped follows this morning. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Also, Suck These Lemons. What a name. So, okay, we'll put a pin in the PS5 discussion just after we jump through this one. This is Game Central at Metro, and it says UK has the highest demand for PS5 in the world. Newry is the highest in the UK. I don't even know where that is. God. So analysis of search engine queries suggests that the UK has more people desperate to get hold of the PS5 than anywhere else in the world. At this point, the PS5, Xbox Series X and S aren't likely to be significantly easier to get hold of until at least 2023, and probably not until well after that. Even casual gamers are aware of that by now, though, and if you really want a PS5, the chances are you've probably got one by now, even if it's involved paying over the odds or getting up in the early in the morning to catch a website just as they update, or Graham/Ice Cream uploads tweets just to let you know when they're on Amazon. Nice one. Enjoy, Tito. Yeah, I got you. However, a study of internet search data suggests that UK demand for the PlayStation 5 console is the highest in the world, with 486 in every 10,000 Britons searching for it each month. France was in second place with 352 searching for the term, and the US was third with 259. The data was compiled by Repair Outlet and is more or less as would be expected, except that Japan doesn't appear anywhere in the list of top 20 countries, with the only non-European or North American countries being Australia, New Zealand, and Hong Kong. Sales of the PS5 in Japan have been poor so far, but it was assumed that was because of the lack of stock, which is especially tight in Sony's home country. There we go. So there we go. I'll just go through this last bit. As well as 157 different countries, the study also drilled down to include 69 giggity cities in the UK to see where exactly the most demand was coming from. For some reason, Newry in Northern Ireland, there you go, which was only made a city in 2002, was number one with 24.6 searches per 1,000 people. That is one guy just searching for it every 5 minutes.
Yeah. He's got a bot that's doing it for him.
Truro was the most PlayStation 5 friendly city in England on 243 per 10,000, with Stirling the number one in Scotland and fourth overall in the UK. However, no Welsh cities made it onto the list. So there you go. We want PS5s in the UK, apparently, more than anywhere, and particularly if you're in Newry in Northern Ireland. Nice. JMK says in the chat, Newry is in Northern Ireland, about 30 minutes over the border from me in Ireland. There you go. Thank you very much for that information. I appreciate that. Massive sucker confirmed. What? Suck these lemons? Teddy bear. Spelt like Tito, but teddy bear. I appreciate the follow. Thank you very much. Well, good morning. Good afternoon. How are you doing? If people are actually able to buy one, then probably can't afford the electricity to run it at this rate. Touche. Only thing I dunk in my tea is a tea bag. Not even like a rich tea. Just a chocolate digestive, plain digestive. It's a waste of tea. You could be doing all sorts of things like that. God. Horizon is on 2 discs on PS4. Interesting. Did not know that. So yeah, PS5, huge demand for it in the UK. Question, actually, I didn't ask. So Horizon, does that stop anyone being interested. I did see a comment in the chat. Let me scroll back up. It was Kidney Man who said something about it, saying he's not got something like not going to split hairs over 10 quid. I can't quite find it. So it was something along those lines. So 10 quid here or there to get the PS5, PS4 version, whatever.
I think it was Kidney.
Yeah, I mentioned that. It was Kidney Man that said it. I just couldn't find it. For the sake of a tenner, I'm not that fussed. There we go. That's the words. Anybody else fussed? Anybody picking this up that's decided, you know what? Actually, I was going to get it, but this whole drama, nah. I know it's coming out in 2 days, but that's soured it for me. Anyone else, or is it one of those things that, do you know what? It is what it is. The difficulty that we do have here, obviously, we have to bear in mind is that we are watching a video game podcast on Twitch, which is a very video game centric platform. Obviously, it's much wider than that now, but still. So we probably know now that we could just get it for 60 quid as opposed to 70 quid. Is anyone thinking, do you know what? I've pre-ordered it. I'm going to cancel it so I can go back. Does it change anything for anyone or not?
I probably would. I'd probably cancel it. If I knew that I was going to be saving a tenner, it takes 2 seconds to cancel your pre-order, and then just reorder it again. If someone told me and I wasn't part of the video game world, I could save myself a tenner, you'd absolutely do it. If someone told you that it was available at your local Tesco or your local game store, and I mean, that's not the generic game, that's just the actual game store, for £10 less, you'd probably drive there yourself and spend £10 of your own petrol to get there, just to say that you've saved £10. So I think, yeah, the people who are looking after the pennies, or people who just want to save a tenner, is going to do that. I mean, we have the luxury of that. We have PlayStation 5s anyway, so the PlayStation 4 version would always be irrelevant. But if I knew that I'd be saving a £10, then absolutely, it'll take 2 seconds to cancel your pre-order and redo it again.
Just getting the next discussing now. Ready? Nice. No, I think I agree. Tito says I'm on the Xbox. I'm not fussed in the slightest. Kidney Man says, yep, I love the game. So you're going to stick with it? Have you pre-ordered it then, Kidney Man, or are you picking it up on the day? Would you cancel if you've pre-ordered and re-go again? Timeless says, it's annoying and bad on Sony's part, but won't stop me playing from playing an amazing game. Game download on Monday, too late now. Sorry, game download on Friday. JMK says, I haven't pre-ordered it, but I would cancel the pre-order. Yeah. See, I kind of agree. It's one of those things though. Like it's not even so much as a statement for the long term, because if people do cancel it and then go again, it's not as if they're going to change it for forward, because PlayStation already have a plan now going forward where you don't get free upgrades. So it's not even like it's a political statement, which is where it's kind of shit, because PlayStation have done a shit thing that you can react to that doesn't impact them going forward anyway. So it's like, oh, we can see you pissed off, but whatever. Which kind of then either PlayStation listen to it when they technically don't have to, and just carry on being shit until the next time when they might have to get some comeuppance for bad actions, or PlayStation do listen to it and then make a change going forward. Take a look at themselves and make the change, as Michael Jackson would say. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, do you know what? If you're thinking about it and you're thinking, do you know what, that £10 is too much for me, I'm not playing this game. Tell you what, you can play a game that is now upgraded from PS4 to PS5 and has been absolutely flawless with absolutely no drama. Oh wait, no, actually, just a tad. Actually, this is written by Tom Phillips at Eurogamer. Cyberpunk 2077 PS5, Xbox Series X and S update is finally available today. Patch adds the ability to change V's appearance mid-game. Cyberpunk 2077's long-awaited versions for PS5 and Xbox Series X and S finally launched today. The wide list, this is yesterday, by the way, we did cover. There was a live stream yesterday that Bib and Lake jumped into, as well as adds a few others in the Discord. I didn't watch it, but yeah, we'll come to that shortly. Anyway, the widely suspected announcement made official this afternoon by a CD Projekt Twitch stream comes more than 14 months after Cyberpunk 2077 originally arrived. In brackets, itself massively delayed for PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. A 5-hour demo is also available until the 15th of March, so you can see how the game runs on your console before committing to a purchase. I didn't even know about that. I like that. Okay, we'll continue. With the update, Cyberpunk 2077 takes advantage of the additional power of the newest generation of console hardware, allowing for ray tracing features and 4K with dynamic scaling, faster loading times, and a variety of other visual and technical improvements, as well as utilizes the DualSense controllers, adaptive triggers, and haptic feedback functionalities, such as pulling back a bow and feeling the tension in the string.
No, not again.
A little bit of a meme there for those that haven't been around long enough. CD Projekt wrote, today's demo offered a look at Cyberpunk 2077 running on PS5, Xbox Series S, and Series X, and detailed the game's 1.5 patch, which will be available for all platforms. Both the PS5 and Xbox Series X have performance and ray tracing settings, both of which feature a 4K resolution. The former offers 60 FPS with small and rare frame drops, while the latter offers 30 FPS. On Xbox Series X, only a performance mode is available, which offers 30 FPS and 1440p. Patch 1.5 reworks the game's perk tree, which you'll need to revisit to plug back in your points. Thrown knives will now boomerang back to you. Motorbikes can have neon rims. Crowds and traffic will now react to you if you become aggressive, and they will not simply disappear when you're not looking, which was a notable earlier bug. Nice. People just don't suddenly disappear. That's a good feature of life. Wonderful. In terms of new features, a major and highly requested addition is the ability to change your appearance from V's apartment at any time. New character customization options are also available, including hair colors and makeup. V's apartment can also be customized with a variety of new looks, and 4 more apartments are available to buy across the city in different districts, and all share the same stash of items. Additional guns and attachments are available from Wilson Shop, where stock will refresh between in-game days. And finally, there's a new photo mode. There are new photo mode poses for Johnny. The full list of patch notes is available here, linked within the article. I'm not going to click on, but there is also videos showing footage and everything else. We'll put a pin in that. We can share the link to the article. If anyone does want to read through the full article, watch the videos. But, Bib, you watched the 30-minute... Oh, was it 30-minute show, or was it longer? The Twitch stream?
I turned it off after about 20 minutes. I was stuck because me and you was recording something, or I was editing it down.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch it all. But from what I saw, the graphics don't look that different to me. Like, I didn't watch or play too much of it when it first came out because it didn't look great. But this didn't look that much better. Like, the biggest takeaway that I got from it was that the city was still extremely derelict. Like, there was parts, and I didn't know this, so forgive me for this if nobody else knew this, and we all seemed to find out at the same time yesterday. But when you're playing during the day, there's a lot more people knocking around the streets than at night, which makes sense. You're in a deadly place. I think that it could have been one of the marketing things, but that's something that completely passed me by. But there was one part of the mission where you go into a nightclub. Now, the nightclub wasn't that full of people, but that could just be part of it. Like, I can go into some nightclubs in Manchester that don't have many people in at 10:30 at night, but it just felt like there needed to be more people there for it to be a viable place that you would call a nightclub or a bar or something. It sounds like I'm dunking on air, but I'm going to make a point, and I'm just trying to get there. You end up having a big shoot up in this bar, and then you leave as you are being chased, and you run out into the street that has your car in the middle of the road with 0 other cars on the road, nobody on the street paths, no one crossing the road. There was nothing there until you get into your car and you drive maybe 200 feet, and then cars would then start to appear, and there won't be too many of them. There'll be a few. Then she jumps onto a bike, and you drive your bike. There is nobody on the road. You can turn over a bridge. Nobody on the road whatsoever. No cars. No one walking alongside. Now, I don't know whether or not that was just because it was the night time and there wasn't many people out, but it just feels like the world is still empty. Now, for a game that the world is the game, that simply can't happen in my opinion. Like, that's one of the biggest things that put me off in the first place. Like, I went into this game, rightly or wrongly, expecting it to be something like Ready Player One. That kind of vibe, that kind of world, that kind of... I know Ready Player One wasn't particularly cyberpunk-ish, but that's the kind of neon lighty, all run down type of environment that I wanted, and it was a city full of people. That's the kind of vibe that I wanted. And at this moment in time, it's so far away from that. It made great strides. Like, the 5-hour free trial unbelievable. Like, you get to play this game now and try it for yourself to see whether or not it's your kind of game or not. You could have bought this game, got it refunded, and now get to try it again for nothing. That's mint. You being able to try this game. But is it enough? Will it be enough to potentially make you want to play it for longer? Who knows? Try the 5-hour trial and you'll be able to see it yourself. Like, I still have this. I have the PlayStation 4 copy of it. I'm going to enjoy getting the free upgrade. I've already mentioned that. That's fantastic. But is this game going to be substantial enough to be able to keep your interest and try and win back people who you have pissed off and you've had to give them their money back? From what I saw from the live stream, strictly, no, I don't think so. I don't think this game looks still up to scratch. I think they've still got a lot of work to be able to do on it, which is a shame in saying that. I genuinely wanted this game to be a huge success. I still think it will be. I think we are still about 2 years off this, though, which is, again, a crying shame because the game would have been out for 3.5 years by then, which is mental, really.
Yeah, I've tried to get both of these videos in similar sort of lines. This is the PlayStation 5 footage and the Xbox Series X footage, both playing side by side. There's about a second-ish delay between the two, but you can kind of see what it is. There was bits when they were walking around on the streets, and it didn't look too bad. It also looked like, how can I put it? Driving around Manchester City Centre or any other city centre at like 9 a.m. on a Sunday morning kind of thing. There was people around, but it wasn't busy. And this is supposed to be Night City, where it's cyberpunk. Everything's happening to people at all times of every day. So I do agree with that. That said, it does look better than I expected, in the fact that I genuinely thought that they weren't going to be able to revive this. I thought it was almost the management have gone back to the devs and said, okay, make this game work. And the devs are like, I know I know what you're saying. You want it to be the same as a PC, but it's not on a PC. And PS5 and Xbox Series X are wonderful machines, but it's not ever going to get anywhere close to that. That's the earlier sounds that I kind of heard. So I didn't expect this to get anywhere. It looks okay to me. I wouldn't say it looks... It wouldn't... How can I put it? It doesn't give me...
Yeah, just trying to be nice.
No, not even that. It's kind of like Cyberpunk built up this intense, almost Minority Report attack on your senses. There's going to be people everywhere. There's going to be newspapers that have got screens that pop out and read your eyes and have adverts tailored to you, and you're going to control everything. You can choose exactly what you want to be and customize your character as you go, and there's going to be missions of people and cars and everything everywhere. And it's kind of like GTA 4, when you hit a part of town and you've got there super quickly and nothing's kind of loaded in. It's almost like the scripts start loading in cars from 3 streets away, and then it takes 20 seconds before they all start catching up to you and coming around you, and then suddenly you're in a hustly bustly area. Kind of seems a bit like that. So if you go in knowing that this is not going to be Ready Player One, then it's okay. If you go in expecting Ready Player One, then I think that's when we're going to be let down, because it's not going to be that game. That said, the bit that I am happiest with is, I mean, this doesn't apply to me, by the way, because I do have to pick this up because I own the game. It's here in its wrapped cellophane packaging, and that's where it will stay until it is played, and I will play the game. But the best thing for me, for people that don't have the game or got the game and gave it back, not including next gen base, because they got the game, gave it back, and still managed to keep access to the game, so got a full refund and still own the game, which is nice. The bit for me was the bit that says a 5-hour demo is also available until the 15th of March. So starting yesterday for exactly 1 calendar month, you will be able to play a 5-hour demo of that game, so you can see how it runs. You can see what the pop-in is like. You can see if the city is vibrant enough for you. So that, I'm happy with that. It doesn't make the game be what I expected. After a 7-year build-up, 2,456 episodes of the Night City Wire on Twitch. There wasn't quite 2,456 episodes, but it felt like 2,400. The thing is, as well, they were good streams. They were fronted by Holly Bennett. So if anyone's good enough to host a stream, it's Holly Bennett. It was just the fact that, obviously, series of delays, and they were trying to keep up with the content and the community engagement without really any new content or stuff to engage the communities with. It kind of dragged a little bit. So it's not about the presentation teams. They were doing all they could with all of that they had to say, but the game didn't live up to it. So after all of that buzz, if it doesn't quite live up to it, there's always going to be an element of it's not what you promised. That said, if you can shake off what they promised, it might still be a very good experience. And if you can go in and play 5 hours before you even put a single pound on the table, then okay, that's not a bad proposition.
They didn't scrap the multiplayer though completely, did they? They just put it off for the time being.
Yeah.
So if they do a multiplayer aspect of it, I wonder if the best way for them to be able to bring people back in is a world populated by other people, i.e., a Grand Theft Auto-ish type environment where the world is obviously populated by NPCs still, because you'll have to do missions and things, but maybe not make it an MMO. I'm not going down that direction. I just mean like you've got the ability to be able to run around the city and people will be driving around and things like that. Like you repopulate it with other people rather than having to manufacture the NPCs yourself. I think that might have been an easier win.
Is it the Dark Zone or whatever it's called in the Division? That's the PvP bit, and then if you go outside of that, it's PvE. And like, there's definitely elements of that things could be coming into it where you've just got your NPC strolling around, but then if you hit certain districts of the city, that's where you get other Neos / other John Wick / Keanu Reeves characters are available. That's where you see those running around, kind of thing. I mean, that would be quite nice to see. And the thing is, I don't discount that, because this is where we get the sort of the reality check. And the reality check is a little bit for us, but it's very much a reality check for CD Projekt. CD Projekt Red haven't had this level of failure before. Don't get me wrong, they've not had it they've not been on the grass wasn't always greener for them. They had a lot of issues with the likes of Witches and stuff that they've worked with their communities to bring it back around, to build into a bigger, more substantial and more successful game. Kidney Man actually mentioned a game that we mention all the time, which is No Man's Sky. That is an absolute redemption story, a game that was promised to be one thing and was something completely different, but then they worked with their community to bring them back around. We won't go into all the details of that. We'll probably do that a million times. What's that?
Same with Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, exactly. So it can be done, and The Witcher has proved that CD Projekt have done that before. They've not had to do it to this extent. That said, just because this is the next-gen update that kind of makes it really good, not great as you wanted, but really good, doesn't necessarily mean that CD Projekt aren't going to go, okay, well, we are working for a long-term community building sort of thing like we did with The Witcher. The Witcher isn't full of live service and in-game transactions, but we still support that community and build it over time, like they did with The Witcher 3. Could we see that? I wouldn't be surprised if we do see this. The game obviously shedded a lot of users and shedded a lot of money when they launched because of the issues they had, but they still made an incredible amount of money, and they can still make a lot of that back. We said in the early days that we didn't see that they could do that. At this point, do you know what? I think they have a chance still. I do still think they have a chance. It's 50-50 for me. Can they build the desire for this game to be successful? Potentially. If Sea of Thieves can do it, if No Man's Sky can do it, then with the amount of love that this game had, then I can see this potentially doing it as well. As long as they don't lie and say Keanu Reeves has been playing it all the way through, when he then goes, I've never played it.
You think this is too big to fail in terms of money that they can throw at it?
Kind of, but also no. I think it is too big to fail, but only because it's already made enough money back, I think. So they've already had we've covered court cases that they had with their investors, where investors were promised a game that would sell shitloads because it worked perfectly, and then it didn't work perfectly, so it sold a lot, but not as much as they expected, and then they lost a lot because people got refunds. So they brokered and made a settlement with investors to keep them happy. They've still probably made profit on this, not the monumental profit that they wanted, but still probably pretty healthy profits. So with that alone, I think that means it's too big to fail. So they will already have a success. It's just a matter of whether that failure stops it from being a long-term success, or whether they just go, yeah, that's enough. Let's just put it to bed now and we'll move on. We'll make The Witcher 4. That'll make people happy. Nice.
Yeah, until that comes out.
Yeah, exactly. Demo is next gen only, I believe, says Timeless. I did not know that. People said it needed another year before it was ready. It took a year and 2 months. Good point. Good point. So where could we be in another year if they're still developing for this? They had a roadmap that was spanned over a few years. If it already looks stable enough now, and if someone does try it and thinks, do you know what, this actually feels pretty decent, you never feel like you're overwhelmed. Like you walk down the street in New York City, there is people everywhere. You walk down the street in Night City, which has got like another 50 years of overpopulation kind of on top of it. But yet there's only 6 people on the street. What's that about? So it needs to be like full on in your face. But if you get through all of that and you go, do you know what, this is actually not too bad. Imagine where we could be in 12 to 24 months time from now. So we'll see. Lucas Short, hey, how are you doing? Samurai Leslie, thank you very much for the follow while we were chatting as well. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. This was a prime example of a game that could never live up to the hype and promises made. I mean, I feel it could, and I feel it might eventually live up to the hype. The only thing is, you hit that height after people have lost the interest, then like it doesn't matter if you hit the peak. People aren't interested in that peak anymore. So you've done something really good whilst everyone's backs are turned. They had everyone's attention and didn't hit the peak whilst everyone was watching. And that it's like, I don't know if Naked Neil is still here. He hit a crossbow headshot on a level 3 helmet whilst everyone was watching. Nice. He took out a guy with an arm by firing a stick at him. Everyone watched it. That made that moment, woo! But if he did that in a game off stream, it wouldn't be as hyped. That was their moment. That was their clutch chicken dinner moment, and they missed their shot. So yeah, they might hit it next year, but no one's watching it then. Everyone's going to be watching PUBG 2 or whatever by that point in time. Please, PUBG, nice. So yes, okay. Moving ahead, let's put a pin in that one. Let's jump into this story. This one was shared by the Vernimator on our Discord. We might wrap things up after this one because the show has been going a little while, and we do have a couple of stories left, so we might see how we get on with this one. This could be enough to just see us out. So, StackCommerce at IGN says that invest in the company building the world's first social media network for gamers. Right? Is that not what Hover is? Is that not a social media?
That's what I thought. But I think that people want a social media platform like Twitter,
or what Facebook was, or MySpace, something
like
that's hubs and communities and rooms and pages and groups and text as well as images and videos and stuff. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So PvP will have all the features that gamers want in a social network. Design. Oh my god, I hate this. Do you know what? Gamers aren't overly complex people. You don't have to be in a secret society to be accepted by gamers because anyone can be a gamer. So I hate this sentence. I'll start the sentence again. The way it finishes, I'm not a fan of. PvP will have all the features gamers want in a social network, designed by and for them. Designed by gamers, for gamers. Fuck off! Everyone uses that. That's what you say if you've got no real mantra. Yeah, I play games. Yeah, so does everyone else in the world. Crack on. Nice. Anyway, Woosah. Partner content by StackCommerce. I've mentioned this before, so this isn't a new run, by the way. This will come back. Partner content by StackCommerce. So gaming has long been a social activity. The original 2-player Pong, yelling about screen watchers in GoldenEye, logging into Battle.net for Warcraft 2, MMOs like EverQuest, and even forums for comparing Sims houses. Or if you're old school, just having pages full of your football manager teams and stats and stuff like Paul Machin and Bibby used to do. Yeah, no? If you don't know who Paul Machin is, he's one of the presenters on Liverpool's fan channel, Redmen TV. Bibby and Paul Machin had conversations about taking pages of notes and shit to school and stuff. Yeah, anyway, that's enough of that. Woosah. Where do we get to? Playing with friends always enhances the quality of the game and even makes losing more fun. Speaking of which, if you want to see people playing with friends and losing games that's real fun, then join me and Lotus tonight from 6:30. Let's go! So why haven't gamers had a social media network of their own? Sure, there are Twitch and Discord, but those aren't true social networks. Those are focused on streaming and communication. A lot of gaming networking still uses traditional social media like Facebook and Twitter, but those fall short when it comes to features that gamers want. That's where the folks at PvP have joined the battle. Enter PvP. PvP is the first true gamer social media network, and it's in the early stages of development. They're looking for investors and users who want to get in on the ground floor of what will be the biggest community for gamers. It will have the best of everything that gamers want, the chance to brag about their big wins, find out the latest gaming news, view the latest esports matches, terrible, terrible, terrible esports with a capital S. Nice. That's wrong. Please do feel free to read the Associated Press style guides on esports. It's just the usual word like email is. Anyway, check out what's popular and coordinate with friends across games and platforms. Want to find new challenges to test your might? PvP will help you do that. Want to see great clips? Okay. It does stuff. This is the social media network founded and led by gamers and designed to be the social media network gamers need. Okay, PvP is leveling up fast, so it's getting people to invest. High-level players, the founders themselves have a deep well of experience in startups and gaming and investing. CEO and co-founder Phil Stover is the founder and partner in Blue Skies Ventures, a company that invests and advises startups in Silicon Beach. CTO and founder, okay. Impressive people, nice. So the combination of gaming and social media has the chance to become some of the biggest generators of engagement and sales conversions for advertising companies, with millions of potential users who regularly engage and are active in the network. PvP is poised to become the beating heart of the global gaming community. Is this so this says partner content by StackCommerce. Is StackCommerce related to IGN? Is that what it is by StackCommerce? Is this an advert for their own?
Yeah, that's what it felt like to me when I was reading it. I feel like it is an advert. I feel like IGN I think they might be one of the main investors by reading this, because let's be honest, forums are dead. No one really uses forums anymore because it all moved to Discord. Discord does just as good a job as what this will do. Like, this is going to be a website for a social media platform that people are going to sign up to and then probably never use. I just can't see this getting off the ground. There's been 4 or 5 that I've signed up to. I had to go back through my emails this morning to see which ones I'd signed up to, and the one that I could find was IG Galaxy, which was like a platform where people can go and play in competitions and post your clips and stuff like that. Like, I can't see this. It needs to be mobile friendly, and what's more mobile friendly than Discord? If you've got the right server, I mean, fair enough. You have to rely on people to come to your server and contribute their own thoughts and opinions. Very much like you, like our Discord is bouncing most of the day, every day.
We'll just stop you for just a second.
Every day, most of the day.
Tito says, I've put up a poll, genuinely interested to know if people think there's a space for it. So do feel free to vote in that poll while we keep talking. Sorry, babe, continue.
Yeah. So if you put the pieces in place for a Discord, it's a fantastic idea. You can create your rooms, you can create your voice lobbies, you can create areas of information like we've got with our merch and stuff. Like, there is areas for you to be able to do everything that you need to do with the Discord. Are people going to be having another website in their browser, on their bookmarks, to be able to go to and get their gaming news from that isn't already Twitter or isn't already Instagram? I can't see it. I genuinely can't see it. I feel like this is going to be a waste of your money. I feel like the ship has sailed for social media places like that are trying to get in on the ground floor now. If anything, I feel like social media has kind of regressed. I don't think it adds as much as it used to do anymore. I think most people have become either a bit too blind to it or just don't really want to contribute that much to it anymore, because they know that most of the time what they see isn't actually reality. And I think the bubble's kind of bursting, but I can't see a website hosting esports tournaments that you can't already go onto Twitch. Like, there's a reason why Mixer failed, because people who are massive on Twitch moved to Mixer, and it died because they're already going to Twitch. They wasn't going to put another thing in their mind to go to another website. Like, that should be your biggest blueprint of how not to do something. Like, create it. That doesn't mean to say that you can't create something new, and there will be gaps in the market for stuff like this, but I feel like it's come too late. I feel like this should have been done 3 years ago, and I genuinely don't back it, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. So the poll has ended. It said, would you sign up to this social media for gamers? 60% say yes, and then it's a 20-20 split for no and maybe. So 60% would sign up to it to give it a try. But I think that's the thing. There's a caveat there as well, is I'm somewhere between a maybe and a yes. I'm probably going to be a yes because I work in social media, so I would obviously look at it. But could I see myself using it? And that's where the maybe comes in. The thing is, if you just have platforms just for gamers, then you're segregating away from the large scale audience. I'm thinking of this. Trying to step this back. So if I am a brand that wants to advertise, and advertising is what we all hate, but advertising, marketing spend and stuff like that is what keeps the wheels of all of your favorite websites, platforms, social media mechanisms, be that videos like video services like YouTube, live streaming services like Twitch, Discords, whatever. Without revenue, they don't work. So you need revenue streams. And if this social media network is just gamers, then that instantly alienates audiences that play games but don't see themselves as gamers. It's like, oh yeah, I play games, but I'm a banker. I play games, but I'm a basketball player. Yeah, I play basketball, and when I'm not playing basketball, I will jump in games. So I'm not a gamer, but I play games. And there's nothing wrong with that either. But if people start to see that if you're not classing yourself as a gamer, that you aren't welcome in this space, then people won't go there. And you see that the biggest, most inclusive spaces are the ones that allow you to branch out. Twitch was just for games, and it isn't now. And look at how much bigger it is now, that it allows you to socially eat. It allows you to paint yourself. It allows you to do a podcast where you don't play a single game throughout the entire stream like we're doing right now. So if you take yourself away from the newbies, the mainstream, then you are taking yourself away from revenue potential. You take yourself away from revenue potential, then you don't get outward investment. If you take yourself away from the mainstream, you lose the potential to become viral and spread. And that's where, like, there's a lot of people that will be viewing the stream from Hover today, because we've been spending a lot of time on Hover recently. One of the concerns we have with Hover is we post videos on Instagram. We post videos like our live streams on YouTube. Twitch is our main priority. Hover, we are tinkering with. And Hover versus TikTok, people are asking the questions. We keep saying it's TikTok for gamers, but we keep having questions behind the scenes of, will Hover be successful as a platform if it doesn't have the casual audience? Because the issues that those sort of platforms have had in the past is it's streamers just talking to other streamers. And if you're just talking to other streamers, then you just get the GG's, great kill, nice clip, nice one, mate, sort of comments, and you don't necessarily get real communication. And if it's just gamers with other gamers in spaces, gamers aren't always the most sociable people, just like anyone isn't. So sometimes you don't want to speak to people. Sometimes you don't want other gamers in your space. And that's where having your natural tie-ins to your friends, to other gamers in the same sort of spaces can be useful. So do I think this will be successful? From the sounds of this, no. It sounds like they have just got an idea. Let's make something by gamers for gamers where all of the gamers will go. But sometimes the gamers want to just chat with the mates as well. They don't want to have their games and their gamer friends and their IRL friends separately. Sometimes they want them to be together. Sometimes you want them separately. I have two very different social circles, my IRL friends and Bibby. But I read. But
say that.
But yeah, I don't know. It maybe it's because it's a very hard sell business advert. This is a platform that we know that people want this stuff, and we've got a chief technical officer that has done all sorts of stuff on Silicon Beach, launching startups and international. I don't give a shit. It could be made by Dave from down the local, as long as it's a good platform. I don't know who made Discord. I know I love Discord because it provides me a function that I need. Do I need the exact same functions that I have on Facebook and Twitch and Instagram and Twitter and everything put into a new platform called PvP? I don't know if I do. And do I need the phrase PvP being taken away from me because I use it already to use for something else? I don't think I need that either. Maybe call it something different, because PvP is you're taking a word away from the gamers to give them a function that you're already.
See, I've just seen Towns' comment there saying Hover seems geared towards streamers. The majority of them, yes, but I have come across so many. It might just be because I'm watching a lot of Skyrim stuff on there, like all the fails and shit. But there is a lot of clips on there where there isn't any face. There's no face cam. and there is no audio from the person's microphone. Like, it can be like if people wasn't streamers and they just come across a load of funny shit that they're happening through a playthrough of whatever game it is that they're doing, or they're scoring great goals, like all that stuff you can upload to there. You don't have to have a Twitch account.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
You can just that's what makes it more of a viable option for me. Like, I don't use TikTok. I view what people send me, which is mainly Samantha. She'll go on a tangent and I'll have 14. I haven't checked my text messages. Yeah, it'll just be 14 TikToks that she sent me because she thinks they're hilarious. But like, that for me is what I want with my gaming stuff. Like, I want to see, if you are a streamer and you're using Hover, I want to see the best of your clips. I want to see the best of your stream that you've just done with the 5 or 6 clips that you're going to be showing me. Alternatively, I am more than happy to look through just no one commenting, nobody's face on the screen, and I want to see funny shit that's happening in your particular Resident Evil playthrough or something like that. Like, it doesn't bother me whether or not I'm hearing or seeing someone. It's just, it could be your average Joe that's just posting their favorite bits. And that's what I love about Hover so far.
I think that's where it needs to grow to be successful. So Hover is still, obviously, I'm saying this as if it's not successful yet. Hover is phenomenally successful for its beta phase. It's still not out of beta though, so it still has a lot of growth. And I think for Hover to grow, we need more of that. People just going, okay, well, I'm not a streamer. I've just been playing PUBG and I've just nailed 3 people with 1 nade, and I want to post this somewhere. Me posting it on my Facebook, my nan's not going to be asked. She's going to go, oh, that's nice. Well done, yeah. Me posting it on Twitter. Yeah. Well, I only enter giveaways on Twitter, really, so no one's really going to care. But if I can put it onto Hover, which is a platform for me as a gamer to share with other gamers, I don't have to be a streamer, then that's where Hover gets its viable interactions from me. So if it's just streamers, then it becomes a useless device. If it's engineered and progresses towards people just sharing more natural content, that is where the benefit is. And that's what we've been doing. We've been looking far and wide, engaging with people. It's not always just you stream ladder stuff. Sometimes it's just someone's just been playing and thought, okay, this is cool, I need to share this bit. And that's where the enjoyable content is.
All modern consoles have a share button on it. And I encourage everybody, if they're finding stuff that they find hilarious, or there's a glitch, or there's a botch, or there's something that cool that happens, is just to keep on clipping and sharing your stuff. Whether or not you're sharing it to no one on social media, but you're uploading it to Hover, like, believe me, there is people out there that would just love to see you having fun or finding something funny, and that's what I think Hover is for me. I can look through the stuff and I can comment and I can like and the normal stuff that you can do on social media, but just giving me that 10 to 20-second burst of people just enjoying games, because a lot of people say this, and the gaming can be can be toxic in certain circles. But the majority, why do we play video games, Graham?
Because it's daily missions that I'm addicted to, and I have to tick them. I mean, no, for enjoyment, for escapism. That's what it is. It's absolutely not because PUBG has daily missions and I have to do them whether I hit them or not. I have to do them because.
Was it neat, Joe? Was it yesterday or the day before when it says all I can hear is people saying PUBG when I'm rounding off all these new games that are coming out?
PUBG. Okay, let me do one final wrap through the comments. We won't jump through the other articles. So the other articles that we had on the agenda that we will shelve for tomorrow is the fact that Nintendo is ending support of its Wii U and 3DS eShops. So if you want old school Nintendo games, they're going, as is the Netflix BioShock live action film. We'll discuss that in tomorrow's episode when we are both in that studio. So we'll put a pin in those for now. Let me jump back up.
Eating on because it is freezing in here.
Is it?
My fingers are absolutely frozen.
Is that why you're covering yourself in the all the ice creams?
Yes, like this is giving me a little bit of relief on the old fingers. Like that's why I made the soup as well before. But yeah, I'll be absolutely sure to put the heating on because it's freezing in here.
So coming back to this PvP article, Tito says, the only thing I don't like is how Discord servers are listed. If you have loads, it becomes a little unmanageable, hence why I'm selective about the ones I join. You should feel honoured I see you. Yeah, I regularly go through and think, is this a Discord server that I jumped in for one bit of customer support or whatever? And but also folders, just filing them all in folders and then forgetting about them. That's also useful, because if it's a server where you think this might be useful to me in 6 months' time or whatever, Yeah, you can go in the folder and go all the way down at the bottom. So yeah. Or reorder folders, job's a good one. Also, mutes. So many Discord servers, and we were guilty of this until we realised what was annoying for users. So many Discord servers will just tag at everyone in everything. If you do that in a Discord server, your server is being muted, so you don't get my attention for anything. We only do that when it's a major announcement. We used to do it on Go Live messages, but we changed our Discord server so that you can sign up for notifications for when we go live on Twitch through Discord. But if you don't want that, then you don't have to have that. That way you will only be notified when we have something that we think is actually worth your attention. Everyone else is going, yep, everyone.
Yeah.
What?
Hated that.
Yeah,
Did my head in.
No. So yeah, get out of here. Lord Tito, you are our leader. Nah, I'm Dobby. By the way, that countdown on Capcom's website ends on a Street Fighter event, and Street Fighter 6 is in development, apparently. Could be a Street Fighter 6 reveal.
I've heard that as well. I have heard that, but it does look. It does look more Resident Evil Fonty. That's the only thing that I think has been taking people's attention. I suppose we've got another 4 days to wait.
4 days later. Stop making Nietzsche win everything. Hey, Nietzsche's just got talent to win giveaways. Within the space of a month, he won 1,600 quid. And then spent it all on people on Twitch for gifted subs. He won our loot drop, and also won something on Show's charity thing as well. So, do you know, he's like a Jedi. Go follow him, learn the techniques. Got to go do some actual work. Great stream, thanks. Thank you very much, Kidney Man. I appreciate you dropping in.
Thank you.
Nice to have someone local dropping in as well. Nice. Yay. We'll both be in your neck of the woods tomorrow. Hover comes across as a gamer social platform to me, not a general social platform. It does, and that's not a bad thing. And you've put Hover seems geared toward streamers. I think that's because they're still scaling up. So they are still adding functions, being able to make it website friendly and things like that. So what they are trying to do is make it content friendly. So if you've got content that exists elsewhere, like the issue with Xbox trying to get PlayStation users is PlayStation users go, well, I've already got Call of Duty on my PS4, so I'm just going to get a PS5. Whereas if it's now free in Game Pass with everything else, then you don't have to worry about your library being on PS4 because you can just get it in Game Pass. A lot of people will be like, yeah, but I've got all this content that I usually just put out on Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that. They're making it so, yeah, do you want to link your Twitch account so people can go straight through to your Twitch and we can make it easier for your clips to be shared? And so it is geared towards streamers, but that probably will start to filter through for everything in terms of they realize that people have history on TikTok and have history with Instagram Reels and have history with YouTube Shorts. So they're making it so that you can just spaff that content into there when it's relevant, which is a win, as long as they go down the general content for gamers angle and not just streamers angle, because streamers are professionals effectively. Obviously not everyone is, but streamers are effectively professionals and your audience are effectively consumers. So if you're a professional selling a product, i.e. your stream, and you are only in a room full of other sellers, there is no one to buy, i.e. view your content. And that's where it needs the general gamers and not just to be streamers. Lots of TikTok clips are being used on Hover now. Anyway, we're doing that. It's a solid strategy because there's a lot of content. Just because your content's being posted elsewhere doesn't mean it's not useful. So do it. Is that a comfy cuddle pillow, babe? It is. It is very much. Does it smell like ice cream? No, it smells like butt. Nice. Hold one either side. You know what to do. You know you want to.
I did it before. I even give it the old licky.
Okay, scrolling. I downloaded TikTok, watched one video, and deactivated the account and requested it be deleted. See, I like TikTok. I just haven't used it. I like the idea of it. It's the same thing with Instagram Reels. I don't really use it, but I tend to watch it like Bibi does and like Lotus does, secondhand through Danielle. I'll be sat there and watching Danielle, and I'll just hear Smash Mouth go and then you'll hear someone thud into something. Buddy once told me, so I start chuckling even without seeing the video. I go, okay, let me have a look.
Yeah.
Let me have a look.
You know what the video is, yeah. I mean, it's smart. I definitely watch more Instagram Reels than I do TikToks. Definitely, 100%.
Nan, are you killing people, Graham? Would you not go outside and play with your friends? Sorry, Nan. Exactly. So gamer social networks are not too bad as long as it's not just gamer social networks. What are you laughing at?
Lotus is that the amount of times you hear emotional damage. Fucking love it.
Bibby's being very suggestive with the ice cream pill as well. You know what he is. Bibby's hiding from his kid. Wait, snow comes and he is snowed in.
Do you know what? There is actually severe weather warnings
big storms
in the northwest at the moment. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I do want to get home. I'd rather be snowed in at home rather than going down the 60. But yeah, interesting.
Rip eShop. What you selling? What you selling, Code Red? Well, I don't know what it means. Hover is a great place.
You were talking about the 3DS and the Wii U one.
Ah, okay. See, I have this thing where I say words, and if it's not instantly questioned, if there's 2 seconds between me saying it, it's out of my brain, and we've moved on to something else. So, apologies. Hover is a great place for saying you regret knowing people. Indeed, saving on the office heating. No, the office is like 3 components. There's the big office upstairs, then there's the downstairs boardroom meeting room, and then there's the studio off to the side of that. And the studio is usually lights off and everything because no one's in it until we're broadcasting. So when you go in winter, it's an icebox. In summer, death. Absolute heat.
It's horrific, especially now we've got soundproofing and cladding in the ceiling and stuff. It's a sweatbox. But now, my God, my fingers are white.
Folders, WoW, PUBG, and random friends. See, once again, I've said it, and I can't remember what folders relates to, so I'm just going to go, okay.
Always on Discord, Graham.
Oh, there we go. Nice.
This is why we work so much better together. So I can keep a backlog of stuff.
That's what happens when I'm jumping backwards and forwards. I can't multitask. I can task very well. Multitask, not so much. Tazebud says, you are full of shit, Graham. I am. I don't remember what that one was in relation to, but that's a good fact. Emotion.
I think that was just a statement. That was in no relation to anything.
Fair enough. Tino with the alert that didn't quite get me then. I shit my pants. Not that time. But you will have a chance tonight. Emotional damage. Best soundbite I've added. Why you come so fast is next. I need to cut off the one that you did in our stream and then send that one to you. But anyway, speaking of streams, we are done for this stream. But it's not it for today. We're going to be back at, I was going to say 10 a.m. That's not tonight. That should have been this morning, but that's now-ish. We'll be back at 6:30 p.m.-ish tonight. Myself and Mr. iLotus UK, who you can see in the chat there, we will be chasing crates with mates. Duos all night. So do join us as we run some duo games. Pumping fools, not in that sort of way. Calm down. Full of lead is what we meant. So do feel free to join us from 6:30-ish tonight. We'll play some games. It'll be fun. You be there? We'll be there. Nice. Before that, though, we are going to disappear. Before that, though, Mr. Bib, is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah. 3 shows down, ladies and gentlemen. That still means that we have 2 more shows that you can help shape. So if you want to help shape those shows, there is 2 ways that you can do so. First of all, find us on social media. It is at Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media profiles, all platforms.
Poo files. All of the poo files.
Alternatively, get involved with our Discord. All the links that you require will be listed in the chat right now. Only for you is a URL plus your thoughts and impressions. We will then give you our thoughts and opinions on the very next show, which will be at what time tomorrow in this beautiful studio, Mr. Graham Day.
Tomorrow we will be live at 10 a.m. Ish.
Is that him?
Ish. We have an ish emote, if you haven't seen that, and that's because we do work in the video games industry. We work for a company called Jelly, as you can kind of see on my shirt. That's why we're called Ice Cream, because jelly and ice cream goes bloody well together. So yeah, do feel free to join us at 10 a.m.-ish. The best thing to do is drop a follow on our channels, on Twitch, on social media. That way you do get notified when we do go live, just like you can do in the Discord as well, because it's flexible. And we appreciate anyone that does turn up despite the start times being flexible. That shows that you're proper OGs, because you don't even know when it's going to be here, but you're still here, and that means a lot. Quick shout outs to FLG Quinn, Moon Heathens, AO, and Wild Zone Gaming, who have all followed in the last 15-16 minutes ish and didn't get your shout outs. We appreciate that. Thank you very, 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 very much. For now, though, we're going to disappear. We're going to drop a raid on one of our friends. Stick around for the raid, because you get channel points, which you can spend on our channel, which you can do things like making me sit up straight, making us give you a gifted sub, or as Tito's just mentioned, don't put a hat on tonight so you can do level 3 helmet game stuff. Nice. Nice. So yeah, I don't do your hair is what he said. So yeah, that's the reason why I put my hat on, just in case. Nice. So yeah, stick around for that. We will see you at 6:30 p.m. ish tonight for Chasing Crates with Mates. Until then, have a good day. And what they're doing, babe?
You've got to stay frosty.